So welcome to my reaction to Sony's State of Play that just finished. I just walked in here to sit and talk about it. I will ask you guys before I begin, what did you think of the State of Play today? Were you excited? Were you completely disappointed? Were you completely in the middle? Let me know down below. So I felt at this show today, there was some big highs and some kind of big lows. And a lot of disappointments and a lot of surprises, so let's get into it. The first surprise was Astrobot is getting free DLC later on this year, and I'm thrilled. I loved Astrobot so much. I mean, when I finished that game, all I was doing was thinking about it and listening to that music over and over and over again. It really caught my imagination. Astrobot totally caught me off guard this year, and is up there as one of my games of the year. Phenomenal stuff. So free DLC, that's how you do it. You release a great game, and then you give the people free DLC to invite even more people to jump in, and very thrilled about that. The speedruns, I'm sure, will be absolutely killer. Next up was Midnight Walk, and it seems this is for PS5 and for PlayStation VR 2. And what's interesting about it is they used real claymation to do this game, and it seems to be some type of horror game. And I gotta say, I was watching it going, this is really cool. I love it when they do real life things like that, like claymations or make models and then bring it into a game. You don't see that too often anymore, so very welcome to see. Now they showed a game called Hell Is Us, and I was watching it and I'm like, boy, does this remind me of something? I'm like, this is reminding me of Death Stranding so much. The main character with the overcoat over him, and then all, the drone going around, and just that kind of feeling, the kind of the creatures you're taking on. I was getting Death Stranding vibes heavily. It looks interesting. Will it be something that I'll pick up or get into? I don't know. They showed Age Chronicles, and this game looks like an MMO. Please let me know, guys, what you think this game is, or if you have more knowledge about it than me, because I certainly haven't. I don't know if this is the first time this has been shown. It reminded me of Final Fantasy 16 in a lot of ways. I gotta say, I really like the character designs, I really like the look of the game, and I'm like, at first I'm like, is this a fighting game? What kind of game is this? It's, action combat, something to definitely keep your eyes open for. I'm definitely keeping my eyes open for that one.
Perhaps you might become one of us.
And yes, Palworld is coming to PS5. I believe it's today. It's coming out. Yes, the game that has been sued by Nintendo. Yeah, that crazy game that's very Pokemon-like, and I just love it. You have these big Pokemon characters and this girl walking around with this big gun. I think that's so funny. And it's something that I have not played. I know a lot of people have been talking about it. I know it made Nintendo very upset, but you know what? I mean, there's room in this world for all sorts of monster survival games, and yeah, this game looks kind of interesting, I gotta say. I do like the big monsters. They look so entertaining, and all running around with like guns and things. It's a weird game, and fascinating. It's on PS5. If it's a free download, I might try it out. As I say, there were some highs and lows with this show. This one was a mega high for me. And I'll be honest, I got a little emotional for about 1 second when I saw the trailer, because it all came flooding back to me from the 90s. Lunar 1 and 2 are getting a remastered collection. And I was just like, every time I think a video game has been forgotten, like, Power Stone, I felt the same about Lunar. I'm like, Lunar is a forgotten series. I'm thankful that I got it on the PlayStation 1 here and on the Sega CD. Happy to have it that way. And I'm so thrilled because I even put it in my top 50 RPGs of all time. I put Lunar 1 and Lunar 2 in there because I think they're stellar RPGs. And to see them getting remastered, you can switch them to widescreen mode and all that. I love it. And I pray to the physical gods for a physical copy of this game. That would be amazing for a PS5 box of Lunar 1 and 2. It's kind of sad in a conference like this. One of the most exciting moments I had was on a remaster from the 90s, from an old JRPG. That's what got me the most hyped. Until they showed Fantasian Neo Dimension. Coming out December 5th, they finally have a release date. I am there. And again, I hope this game gets a physical copy as well. Talking earlier on about that claymation game, the claim to fame of this game and what I love about it, and I played a little bit of it when it came out on the Apple Arcade for a while. I did download that just so I could play it. The one thing I loved is that all of the levels are models, and then they're scanned in, and then they have the characters run around these models, and it gives it a look that not many video games have. I mean, you can do renders, you can do all sorts of things, but you can never get that real life little look of building miniature sets. And I love that stuff. So I'm really excited to play this game, and what a perfect time in December for this game to come out.
Be gone.
And they had a big trailer for Dragon Age showing you fighting a dragon. And I've got to say something. I don't think I've ever talked about Dragon Age on the channel ever. I've never been into Dragon Age. I'm not some massive hater by any stretch of the imagination. I just never thought it was for me. And in looking at this today, I'm like, I still get that feeling. I felt the same way with the older ones. And I have friends of mine that love it. They absolutely adore the older games. And I saw this one today and I was just like, nope, this is not really for me. Okay, I complained that I don't play my PlayStation 5 VR 2 enough, and I saw the trailer for Hitman VR, and there was something funny about it. You know, thinking back when I was a kid that I could get older, put a VR headset on, and be an assassin and go and kill people? Like, that would be so wild of a concept to think about. And here is the game. I can put on a headset and go and assassinate people, you know, with snipers and, you know, with knives and all that. Just too funny to see such a game. Something will I pick up? I don't know, but it's definitely piqued my interest. And they showed Legacy of Kane, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered. And again, I have a lot of friends that really loved the original games. Again, it was something I just never got into, and I remember they were quite popular back in the day, and I was like, oh, they're kind of cool, and it just never was on my radar to do. But I think a lot of people will be excited about a remaster. Yeah, the graphics didn't really excite me too much, but I guess coming off the older games, these look pretty good.
The future has always been written.
And then we move into Monster Hunter Wilds. And first of all, I've got to say, I've got a little bit of Monster Hunter fatigue. I've already got that. Not that I was that crazy about the series to begin with. I've often loved the monster hunting and stuff like that. And I saw this one, and I was just so not into it. I was just like, this is just not that interesting. And it seems to be, and I'm not against this, an all-female team that's there, and that's fine. I just personally was watching it and I didn't really feel anything. I just felt nothing. I was just like, cool, another Monster Hunter game and that I won't play. And not that I'm not being bitter about that. It's just something I'm just not gonna get. If anybody's interested, that's really awesome. Just something that's definitely not for me. And a couple of more things that weren't for me. I hate to be so negative, and I don't mean to be, but these are just games that I wasn't interested in. Like Lego Horizon Adventures. I mean, taking Lego and Horizon, putting them together, I'm sure some people will be excited about it. It's just not really my thing. I'm not really into Lego games anyway, so I think that's what's kind of turned me off that game. It looks cute, it looks kind of fun to be in the Horizon world, but one I'll take a pass on.
But look how much fun they're having.
And Horizon Zero Dawn is getting a remaster. And you know what? I love that original game. I really did. And I just think it's a little soon for a remastering. I just kind of think that for anybody who hasn't played it, this will be amazing. But for everybody else, it's like, I've already kind of been there, done that, and I really enjoyed my experience. And the graphics are not that bad. They were great back on PS4. I really thought that game was amazing, and I wasn't ever saying, geez, this game needs a remaster. Maybe in 10 years' time with the technology then, but for right now, I just think it's a little soon. And they showed some Stellar Blade stuff saying how the soundtrack is out everywhere. And it was funny when they were playing some of the music, I was like, God, I really like this music. It's really good stuff. But the thing that got me was a collab, a future collaboration that they're doing for Nier Automata. Both of these worlds go hand in hand with each other. And I'm so excited about this. This is something that's really cool and something that I didn't see coming. But now that I look at it, I'm like, this makes total sense. And I can't wait to be playing that when it comes out in the future. And they show brand new colors for the PlayStation and the controllers. And I just gotta say this, I'm super happy. I don't need any more different colored controllers or PS5s. I'm happy with my Astrobot controller. That is the only controller that I need because that thing is so amazing. And again, they showed the PlayStation 5 Pro, and they showed a whole bunch more games that will be enhanced with the Pro's capabilities. And one of those games I was like, oh damn, is the new Metal Gear Solid 3. And as you know, that's in my top 10 favorite video games of all time. I saw that and I was like, oh my god, I've already made my decision. PlayStation 5 Pro is way too expensive for what it is. But you know what totally got me? Was when they showed the 30th anniversary bundles. And the gray controllers and the gray machine and the logos. I was like, god damn it, Sony. You really know how to get me. I'd already made my decision. I was like, no, I'm a strong person. The next day, I swear to God, a couple days later, they show the brand new anniversary editions, and I'm like, god damn, that is amazing looking. So we finally came to the end of the show, and I didn't realize it was the end. I thought they were showing this trailer and there would be more, but this was the final trailer. And so I'm sitting there, and at first I'm like, wait a second, is this Assassin's Creed? And I'm like, oh no, it's Ghost of Tsushima. I'm like, great, yes, I love Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima was like one of my games of the year. Brilliant stuff. I mean, had such a wonderful time in that world, and so great to see that again. And then all of a sudden they're like, it's not Ghost of Tsushima, it's Ghost of Yotei. And I'm like, what? And you seem to have a female protagonist going on. And I was just like, okay, cool. I'm sure there's a good angle with this, and I'm sure that they're gonna do some great stuff, because Ghost of Tsushima was an incredible 10 out of 10 game. That game is a 10 out of 10 game. If anybody hasn't played that game, please go out and play it. It's wonderful. The colors in that game, the world building, the intense blood and guts, the standoffs, everything in that game is like a 10 out of 10. So, you know what? I will wait to see this final game and some more trailers with it, but I'll have my expectations raised because I do trust them for doing Ghost of Tsushima. What did I think of the show overall? I'll be honest, it was a little disappointing. And to be honest with you, I went in and I was like, what are we really expecting to see? A lot of remasters going on, which are great. Hey, Lunar 1 and 2, count me in. But a bunch of remasterings of games from the PS4 era that I think, again, are too soon. And yeah, no real big wow factors in this at all. You know, one of those ones I come away with and I'm like, yeah, it was okay. To be honest with you, I wasn't going to do an episode about this, but a whole bunch of friends of mine are like, are you going to cover it? I've heard there's some amazing leaks and it's going to be incredible and unbelievable. There's going to be a new Final Fantasy shown and all sorts of crazy, leaks. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I don't want to miss out. Because I actually thought that there might be a Dragon Quest 12 trailer. I kind of thought so. I'm like, is there going to be a Dragon Quest 12 trailer? No, there wasn't. There was no Dragon Quest 12 trailer. And that's why I kind of signed up, because one of my friends was like, I think Dragon Quest 12 is going to be shown. I'm like, really? Like, maybe. The timing could be possible. But alas, there was nothing. And this show was okay at best. And I look forward to brand new things shown in the future. But big thumbs up, big victory for Lunar 1 and 2 getting a remaster. I'm very excited to see that.
It's so beautiful.
What did you guys think of the conference? Let me know down below. So anyways, guys, until next time.